Chocolate was never meant to be candy. It was rocket fuel. For gods.
A sacred brew, energy, focus, immortality for ancient warriors.
Now, 70% of chocolate is just sugar in a cocoa costume. Profit over purity.
Your favorite bar? 90% lies. Everything you crave might be poisoning you. Ready to bite back and learn the truth?
Chocolate has always been America's sweetest contradiction. Once, it was medicine, bitter, ceremonial, poured in clay cups under moonlight for priests and kings. Now, it's a quick grab at the checkout line. Bright foil, big comfort promise, and mostly, sugar. In this video, we're going to uncover the real story of chocolate. How something once sacred became a sugar-coated illusion. We'll trace its fall from divine medicine to mass-market candy. Meet the small creators bringing it back to life. And finally, count down 6 kinds of chocolate, from the biggest imposters to the true original. Stick around to the end. I'll show you how to bring the good stuff into your daily life and taste chocolate the way it was meant to be. Here's the hard truth. The average chocolate bar today contains less than 10% real cocoa and more than 50% sugar. Stone hands carving cacao gods dissolve into steel claws feeding factory belts. How did divine medicine become candy for the board? Let's go back, way back, to find out. 3,000 years ago, in the jungles of Mesoamerica, cacao wasn't food, it was currency. The Maya called their drink zocoatl, bitter, spiced, unsweetened. They drank it before battle, before prayer, believing it sharpened the mind and steadied the heart. This wasn't dessert, this was performance. Then came the ships. Europeans tasted it, recoiled at the bitterness, and couldn't stand its honesty. So they sweetened it. By the 1800s, Dutch inventors had found a way to process cocoa, making it smoother, but stripping away much of what made it powerful. Milk chocolate arrived in 1875. Convenient? Yes. Pure? No. By the 20th century, factories had turned cacao into a trace ingredient, buried under sugar, milk powder, and lecithin. The flavanols, the theobromine, the magnesium, nature's quiet gifts, were lost in the rush for shelf life and profit. Greed, coated in sugar, that became the real secret ingredient. The bean that once fed empires now feeds quarterly reports, but every great loss plants a seed of return. In small barns and urban lofts across America, a movement is rising. Farmers in Hawaii, artisans in Vermont, families in California. They're going back to the source, hand-harvesting pods, fermenting beans under banana leaves, roasting just enough to wake the flavor, not kill the goodness. No factories, no shortcuts, just honesty in every bar. With a smartphone and a curious heart, anyone can now trace a bean from tree to wrapper. We're asking again, where did this come from? Who grew it? Was it treated with respect? This isn't nostalgia, it's reclamation. Every lost ritual waits for rediscovery, and it's happening, one small batch at a time. All right, let's sort the myths from the masterpieces. We're counting down 6 kinds of chocolate, from the worst imposters to the true heirs of the ancient brew. As we move up the list, you'll hear how the science and the soul change with every step. Number 6, white chocolate. Not chocolate at all, just cocoa butter, sugar, and milk fat. No flavanols, no benefit. A sweet illusion, like perfume without scent. Number 5, milk chocolate. Comfort in a wrapper, yes, but the milk binds up the antioxidants, and the sugar takes over. A treat? Certainly. Medicine? Not even close. Sweet nostalgia masking fatigue. Number 4, Dutch processed cocoa. Smoother on the tongue, but up to 80% of the flavanols are destroyed in the process. Less bitterness, less power. Number 3, standard dark chocolate. 60 to 70%. Now we're in real territory. But read the label. If sugar is listed first, it's still candy in disguise. When cocoa leads, even a single square can improve focus within 2 hours. Science says so. Number 2. High cocoa dark, 85% and above. This is the edge the ancients knew. Flavanols preserved. Theobromine for gentle energy. Magnesium to calm the nerves. Bitter? Yes. Honest? Absolutely. Smells like earth after rain. Number 1. Raw or ceremonial grade cacao. The closest we come to the original. Unroasted. Minimally processed. A 2022 study in Nutrients confirmed what the ancients already sensed, that cacao lifts mood, sharpens focus, and steadies the heart. This isn't indulgence. This is inheritance. That's the summit of real chocolate. From hollow promise to sacred strength. That's the journey of cacao itself. When I was a kid, I thought chocolate was pure magic. I can still remember the first time I saw Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That river of liquid chocolate, the golden ticket, the way every kid in the theater sat forward, eyes wide, as if the screen might open and let us walk inside. I didn't just watch that movie. I believed it. Somewhere out there, I thought, there had to be a place where the air smelled like cocoa and the walls were made of dreams. Of course, what I was really tasting back then wasn't wonder. It was sugar in disguise. The magic was real, but the chocolate wasn't. It took me years to realize that the real factory isn't hidden behind golden gates. It's inside a tiny bean that grows quietly under jungle leaves. No gimmicks, no Oompa Loompas, just nature's chemistry, waiting to be treated with respect. I still remember the first time I tried true dark cacao. It didn't melt the way candy did. It bloomed. It didn't rush me. It opened me. And instead of a crash, I felt calm, focused, like my body recognized something ancient and said, "Ah, there you are." So, here's how you can bring that feeling back. One square, one cup, one mindful moment at a time. Start with real dark chocolate, 85% or higher. Take a single square mid-afternoon when you'd normally reach for coffee or chips. Let it melt slowly. Don't chew, breathe through it. It's not just a snack, it's a ritual of patience. If you want to taste what the ancients did, try this. Warm 6 ounces of almond milk or oat milk on the stove. Add a teaspoon of raw cacao powder, a drizzle of honey, and a pinch of cinnamon or cayenne. Whisk until it shimmers. That's your modern-day zocoatl. Smooth, spiced, alive. Drink it before work, before writing, before a walk. You'll feel that steady hum, that gentle clarity, without the coffee jitters. Or make a night version. Same cacao, but swap honey for a dash of maple. Add a drop of vanilla, and stir in a little coconut cream. It's like a lullaby for your nervous system. Warm, earthy, and grounding. And here's a secret. Real cacao loves company. Pair it with berries for antioxidants, with almonds or walnuts for healthy fats, with coffee when you want drive, with milk when you want comfort. Some nights, I'll break a small piece of dark chocolate, set it beside herbal tea, and let it mark the end of the day, like a full stop on a sentence well written. It reminds me that sweetness doesn't need to shout. Sometimes it just needs to mean something. So try it your way. Make it a reward, a meditation, a moment of rebellion against processed everything. Chocolate doesn't have to be guilt. It can be gratitude. Chocolate began as a gift from the gods. We turned it into a product, but knowledge ferments in the dark and rises. You hold the power now. Check the label. If cocoa comes first, you're nourishing your body and growing your mind. If sugar leads, you're not feeding your soul. You're feeding someone else's bottom line. A single square melts slowly in your hand. Bite wisely, friend. The truth is in your hands. Molten cacao flows into darkness. What kind of chocolate do you reach for most? Tell us below. Subscribe to Senior Zone for more straight talk wellness.